Hey guys, another video today. This will be probably a two-part series, I guess. Continuing the axe work and just maintaining your axes. This is an axe I recently restored. It's a Garant 2.5 pound head with a hickory handle, just a store-bought hickory handle. I removed the varnish off it, sanded it, and I treated it with boiled linseed oil. You can see the mounting of the eye and then the end grain. If you guys wondering what that dark tint is, it's just it's birch oil, I should say, removed from extracted from birch bark. And what I'm doing today, it's probably the final product stage. I just came outside just because it's a beautiful day. I'm just gonna do a rough grind with my grinder with a 60 grit flat wheel. And I'm just gonna do a rough grind on the edge, and I'm gonna keep it cool, obviously, so I don't mess with the temper. But I'm gonna bring you guys along.
The Blue Knight was a trucker. He jammed the 18's gears along the winding blacktop for nigh on 30 years, till a foggy, rainy night arose and the cut closed out his ride. No more he'll trace this broadland spine, his brush a gleaming rig and pride. In the east at rising morning, or the horizon with the sun, and many pilgrims trace the route in a journey just begun. For mile and mile it wanders on across a rocky land serene. It leads to where our dreams repose, somewhere west on 17.
Alright guys, so that's pretty much the rough grinding done. I went from, I said, a 60 grit flat wheel to 120 grit. I mean, it's up to you. I use a grinder because it's what I have, but I mean a bench grinder would work too. I'm going for a convex edge. I'll show you guys a close-up. I mean, it's not done yet, but yet. As you guys can see, I mean, the steel on this axe is pretty soft, so it's pretty easy to work with. It's pretty sweet though, as I said, Garant 2.5, and then just a close-up of the handle. It's pretty nice. Just restoring this, and it's going pretty good. The next step will be I'm going inside back to my shop, and I'm going to do my finish grinding with just some stones and see how sharp I can get this thing. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in 2 seconds. Alright guys, so onto the finish sharpening, and I'm going to finalize this edge. Just coming in from the grinder, obviously I'm going to show the edge. I already kind of started, but I'm just going to bring you along for the steps. To show you how sharp it is at this point after the grinder. So I think the last grit I used was 120. You know, it cuts paper very badly, but I mean, for a splitting axe is pretty much what you want. You don't really want that fine of an edge on a soft steel, or else you're just gonna have problems. And I already took some skin off. But what I do to make my life a lot easier, I just use a permanent marker, and I'm just gonna mark the edge, so I actually know actually where I'm hitting the edge. Obviously your markers are probably going to die a lot quicker if you guys do this, but obviously you just want to hit both sides. And the tools I'm using to sharpen, I mean, you don't want anything crazy. I mean, you could use just a cheaper round stone. You know, you have the dual side for grit. I'm not sure the actual grit, probably about 200, and then probably about a 600, 800. These work well, but what I'm going to use today, I'm just going to use this little Lansky folding sharpener. Again, I think it's about 200. It's a diamond stone, but I think it's about 200 grit, and then about an 800. And then from there, I'm going to use my Spyderco triangle sharpener. This is just my backup that the first one I bought, and it's kind of worn out, but the stones still work pretty good. So I'm just going to use the medium stones and the fine stones to finish the edge, and then I'm also going to strop it. But just to show you what I'm trying to say is that all you're going to do, I mean, it's up to you how you want to sharpen it. You can just do one long strokes, or you can rotate like I do. And then you can actually see where I'm hitting the edge. And obviously the steeper angle. But that's pretty much all you want. I mean, obviously, if you don't mark it, you don't really know where you're sharpening. I mean, you could be sharpening up here, then you're just going to remove material on the top of the edge, which is not really what you want, obviously. And all you're going to do is basically just keep doing that until you form a burr. And basically what a burr is basically the edge is actually going to fold over, And then all you're gonna do is gonna go on the other side and do the same thing and move the burr over. And then obviously you're just gonna move up on your stones until you're on your final stone. And then all you're gonna do to remove that burr finally is a leather strop with compound, which is what I'm gonna do. So I'll probably do a time lapse here just to speed up the process, and I'll bring you guys along.
This is the life, this is the life, this is the life that's been given to me. This is the life. When I was a little boy, I rode on the land under big Montana skies, me and Fuzzy Dan. And we toted our pistols, bringing peace to the land. But this is the life that's been given to me. When I was 18, I set out on my own to wrestle with the poets, both great and unknown, and the world would soon...
Alright guys, I decided that this steel, I mean, I'm using the medium stones and I'm removing a lot of material, so I decided that I'm not going to go too crazy on how sharp this thing is, because I mean, this is more of a splitting axe than anything. I mean, you're gonna be able to fell trees with this, but like, I'm worried that if I bring this edge to a shaving sharp edge, that it's just gonna roll over and break and be very brittle. So I think I'm gonna do a little bit more finish honing and then probably just strop it. I mean, as you guys can see, it's cutting paper all right. I mean, it's nothing crazy. It's nowhere near a hatchet, or I should say my Grand Force Brooks. And I'll show you guys my Grand Force Brooks. This is my own edge on it too. I got a new piece of paper. But that's excessively sharp, right? The thing with an axe is that it's nice to have a really sharp edge, but I mean, it's also very nice to have a strong edge. So, I mean, you're swinging these things with a lot of power, and the stronger edge you put, obviously, the longer the edge lasts. And especially with a softer steel like this, I mean, I don't want to go too crazy with how sharp it is. But as you guys can see, I'm going to remove obviously all the black marker, but I mean, it's pretty nice. I mean, there's no nicks, there's no deformities in the edge. I can run my fingernail perfectly fine across it. But yeah, I'm just gonna bring it up to probably the finishing stone, and then probably just strop it, and that should be done. All right, guys, so I pretty much brought this thing where I want it to be. I mean, I'm not gonna go too crazy on the edge, like I said. Let me know if you guys like my redneck invention. It's basically just a bolt with a cotton wheel, and I just put it in the chuck of my my drill on my Milwaukee, and basically all I do is put it, I don't know, here we go. I grab some hard metal compound, some cleaning and polishing, and all I do, obviously, this is a very homemade device, but it works. You guys can see how it's turning white, so obviously there's compound on it, and all I'm going to do is basically just buff it. Oh, wrong way, obviously. It's a very easy device if you don't have a bench grinder. So I'm trying to remove the marker, but it's working pretty slow. I'm just going to put more compound on. Leave a like if you guys like my my invention. just gonna put some WD-40 on my edge just to remove the compound and the marker. So that's pretty good. The sharpness is all right. I mean, it's nothing crazy, but this is a splitting axe, so it's like nothing crazy, but it works. This paper is not my friend apparently. As you can see, it's also a very steep angle. I don't know if you guys can make that out. So all I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna strop it and then polish the edge a little bit more, and that should be pretty much it on this axe, guys. Alright guys, so I got my strop out. I mean, this is just a cheaper strop. It's a right edge, dual-sided. And I'm just using, I forget the name of this compound. I'll find it and put it in the description below. I think it's like the Bob's Yellowstone compound. Works pretty good. Well, obviously, all you want to do, if you have a huge amount of compound on your strop, you just want to remove it. I just use a razor blade and basically just scrape at it till all the compound is off. And all you want to do with this, it's a very simple process. All you're going to do is obviously just run the edge back and forth. Now as I do this, you're going to see the strop turn gray, and that gray material is actual steel coming off, and you're basically just honing the edge into a sharper, more polished edge. And this is all really up to you on how much you want to do it. I mean, the more you do it, obviously, the more polished your edge is going to be. If you guys want another tip, you put marker on your edge again, and then you actually see where you're actually stropping. I kind of know the geometry of this edge now, so it's pretty easy to tell. But for you guys who are just starting out, and as your compound turns black, all you're going to do obviously is just add more. A few more times here. And as you can see, I'm going to keep doing this, but you guys can see probably that the edge is starting to get nice and polished. And it's getting a little bit sharper. Nothing crazy, but if she cuts paper, she'll definitely bite into some wood for sure. She's pretty good. So I'm just gonna finish up the stropping, and then that's pretty much it, guys. All you're gonna want to do after, if you guys want to see my other video on your tool care, all you're gonna do is obviously sand after working on your axe. Your handle's getting a little grimy like this. All you're gonna do is want to sand it, clean it up, and then put a fresh coat of boiled linseed oil. And then after that, I mean, your axe is pretty much done. Another step, if you guys wanted to, you guys could make yourself a sheath, leather sheath, or whatever you want. That's definitely a project I want to do for this thing. But yeah, so this axe is pretty much done as a project. It was a good project. Anyways, guys, leave a like, leave a comment below how you guys think I did, and see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. All right, guys, just to finish this video off, I know I kind of ended already, but just to show you guys a finished product. So this is after it's sanded and a fresh coat of boiled linseed oil, all nice and shiny. And then the finished product of the edge. I'll just cut myself, show you guys how sharp it is. It's all right. Pretty much what I wanted, to be honest. Sharp enough for me. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and like I said, see you guys in the next video.